Welcome to the Vocalyst. Today we are back at it with Rush, and this time I am finally hearing the song Spirit of the Radio. Here we go.
It's a great pleasure for us to play for you all here today. Thanks for coming to our hometown. We appreciate the support of this great city.
Okay, I was like, please don't let this almost be done. We're only halfway. This is so exciting. I'm really, really happy to be watching this particular live performance because the quality is great. The camera shots that we're getting, I find really thrilling, especially getting to see the audience, but I enjoy being able to see and hear them live, but I am curious sort of what the lead into this song is like in the studio version, so I will be listening to that after this. Okay, I'm not gonna I'm not going all the way back because I'm not a guitarist, but I like the setup of this because, I don't know, I feel like it just sort of gave me an opportunity to listen to each distinct instrument. And so whenever there's a layering effect like that, or you hear a solo like that, it's so much easier as the song progresses or any piece progresses to sort of pick out that instrument because your ear is tuned to it a little. So it was helpful for me, especially at the onset, to get all of that so I could appreciate each of them playing as opposed to just focusing on a melody or on a voice or something like that. You guys have educated me since my first reaction, but just knowing how good each of them is individually, the comment I made earlier about being able to like really like tune my ears to each individual instrument, there are moments where I can just like hone in on the drums, I can hone in on the guitar obviously, and then even just how pronounced the bass is in this particular live performance. I'm grateful that nothing feels hidden, nothing feels out of reach, nothing is kind of flying under the radar. Like each of them, I feel like it's really well balanced, like the mix itself, but I can still appreciate what each of them is doing, which I really like. Just that immediate build into the vocal line was so satisfying. And it just set the whole I was about to say like set the whole mood for the song. No, like everything they were doing leading up to that also helped, but that section in particular helped me sort of switch gears into what was coming next, which I appreciate. We'll see how much I actually talk about Geddy Lee's voice this time around, because every time I listen to him, I mean, I'm just amazed. He has such a cool, gorgeous signature sound. It's a well-balanced mix with a little spice, a little something extra, and even though it pulls forward, it pulls nasal, like it doesn't sound it, if that makes sense. Like, I'm always so hesitant to say nasal because I like that sound. I think it's beautiful and it's used widely in many styles, but I know sometimes the idea of, we have kind of a bad connotation with nasality because so many people get told when they're younger, don't sing through your nose, but that's something very different. So it's just a really beautiful, bright, pingy tone. I don't know where it's gonna go vocally. To me, this song, it seems like the melody is kind of king, and we'll see what else happens in the instruments, but regardless, having that ping and that cut in his voice is just like elevates everything that I've heard from them, because he's not fighting to be heard. You know, it carries so beautifully with this arrangement. I have goosebumps again. I had him the first time. I don't actually know all the different like mallet instruments. It sounds like a glockenspiel, although it's too big. It looks too big. Like I said, it's been a really long time since I've studied all of those. I know, the generic xylophone. So I don't know if it's like different tuning on like a xylophone or what, but how cool is that? I know I shouldn't be surprised because of what they do, but I was surprised. And it's such a beautiful sound, like that beautiful ring. It's like these crystal clear bells in a rock song. I think that's just brilliant. I'm listening to it again. The pairing as well, like we had the guitar set it up and then for him to come in with the percussion, and it's such a, I feel like I'm, the word unique is going to lose its uniqueness if I keep saying it, but to me it is unique because I don't hear it very often in any contemporary music, and I just think it's like such a cool choice. I loved that section. I won't go back, but vocally, the fact that he just hung out and mixed so much, but then there were those few notes that dipped down into chest voice, incredible contrast and equally cutting. Like the vocals still just were so pronounced, and that speaks a lot to technique in resonance and formant and how, singers get their sound to carry. By default, lower frequencies sound quieter. So you have to do a lot as a singer with or without a microphone to find balance throughout all of your registers when it comes to dynamics and volume, because that would be quite jarring if, someone heard, if you were, singing in the basement all the time and lots of low, lush notes, but they're softer, and then you pop up and you're just like blasting, whether, again, no mic or mic'd, it's that's a lot for a listener to handle. So it's just beautifully done. I'm just gonna keep saying that. Here we go. Now realizing. I want to see if I get... Because he's doing that with his drumstick. He doesn't actually have a traditional mallet. Oh my gosh, that transition was so smooth. Timing on that was so good. Like, my mind was still following the guitar melody until I realized it was no more.
Of the prophets were written on the studio wall. Hey, a concert hall. Echoes with the sound of salesmen. Of salesmen. Of salesmen.
I can't wrap my head around this. Okay, I'm thoroughly enjoying this new section and its melody and just the rhythm, the feel of it, but the way they just sort of go in and out with one another, I'm gonna have to listen to this a dozen more times. I've been saying that a lot lately, but it's true because there's just a lot happening.
Echoes with the sound of salesmen. Of salesmen.
Vocally, I know, that's why we're here. I love that line. Let me play that again.
Of salesmen.
You can obviously see the movement in his mouth. Like, anytime we change the shape of the vocal tract, magic can happen. It can also be a little scary depending on where you are in your range, but not here. It's just it doesn't feel like put on. It doesn't feel fake by any means. It just feels unique. It feels special. It feels really well thought out. Then we got that signature head mix that I find so fascinating. But the fact that that led into now this guitar moment, brilliant again. Oh my goodness. Okay, just a quick rewind. I had a moment where I was just, again, looking at each individual, and there's a chaotic sound to this, but then when you're actually tracking the timing and like the lead-ins and everything, that is so well coordinated, which is why it's just thrilling to watch. And then that little surprise at the end was very cool. As sudden and somewhat surprising as those transitions were, I feel like they hold your hand through it. They like guide you on the journey so that you're not stuck in shock and you can actually continue to appreciate the song instead of constantly needing to rewind and understand what happened. I mean, don't get me wrong, I will be rewinding like the whole thing and rewatching a few times, but what a great song. I mean, masterful. Just, I can't even imagine like thinking this up, you know? It was exciting to see their skills featured, because I don't know that that's necessarily, not that they go into songwriting saying I want to show off everything I can do, but I think at least of the songs I've heard thus far, some aren't as, they might still be skill heavy, but not that I was detecting. Like, it was more just I was appreciating natural ability instead of really being in awe of everything I was seeing and hearing. Hopefully that makes sense. You'll have to let me know. This seems like the most, I don't know, mainstream song that I've heard of theirs thus far. Or maybe, see, I was going to say approachable. And there are elements that are approachable, but there are also elements that I feel are, very jarring and shocking. But in a good way, like surprising. So, I don't know. I'm going to go listen to it again. That's it for today. Thank you guys so much for this recommendation and for watching with me, and hopefully I will see you next time.